Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be going to the moon and back. Now, this is kind of a tribute to our first video on this channel, in which we also played Spaceflight Simulator. We did not go to the moon and back. Instead, we just fell back into the atmosphere without even orbiting. So today, what we're actually going to do is we're actually going to make an orbit, and we're actually going to get to the moon. As you can see here, my highest point is now above the atmosphere, so we can start trying to make us an orbit, and returning, and what's this? Oh, that's what it is. So, as you can hear from this music in the background, we are already past the atmosphere, and we should be going into a sort of orbit right now. It's gonna take a while, but if you're watching this video, you probably like Spaceflight Simulator. So, we need to make sure that we're not gonna fall back into the atmosphere before we finish an orbit. But the type of design I'm doing here today is not your average lander. Instead, I'm making a lander with fairings, which will open up and reveal the moon lander, which will also go back to Earth. Alright, now we're going to our next stage, which looks kind of like a Falcon 9, but smaller. And we have finally reached low Earth orbit. Now this is a very, kind of risky orbit because we almost plummet back down into the atmosphere. Just making sure it's a good orbit. And now we're getting ready to go back. Not back to Earth. We're getting ready to go to the moon. Now we just have to make an encounter and time warp towards the transfer window. So now we're just gonna burn until our orbit is that to which we get an encounter with the moon. And what I'm gonna do is just your average landing, no Apollo style today, just the device that's going back to Earth will also be what we land on the moon with. No Apollo style, nothing. We're just landing on the moon and going back. We're not putting anything in any orbit or whatever. It's just a regular rocket. Your standard average rocket. And there we go. We have a moon encounter. Now I did do this encounter a bit early for my standards, which means if we don't do this quickly enough, we will completely miss the moon and escape the system altogether. The Earth's system, that is. Now, here on this part, I couldn't quite get in orbit with the moon, which I found strange. But with a few adjustments, I was able to get in orbit. And we're getting ready to go to the moon. As you can hear from this music, we are very far out. And we haven't actually made an orbit with the moon. Instead, we're doing a straight collision path with the moon. Sometimes I like landing on specifically named places like the Ocean of Storms. But today we're not going to do that. Today we're just going to land on the moon. Maybe one day we can send another mission which will go to the moon. And now we're actually doing an orbit. Now I'm just time warping to the moon, and now we're going to burn off this entire orbital pattern to just land on the moon in a random place, wherever. Doesn't really matter where, because today, as I said, we're just doing a normal landing. Just gotta burn off that orbit. Oops, made it bigger. You gotta take this orbit off. Now we're getting another achievement. Low moon orbit. Now, we might land somewhere special, but that we are. Now, as you can see, we're gonna land in the middle of the Copernicus crater and the Sea of Tranquility. I would have preferred it if we had landed somewhere special, but as I said, we're just doing a normal landing today. No special places or whatever, just landing. We're just doing a normal land. Now, time to separate the stage. Now that we've destroyed the core on the on the Falcon 9 looking part, there is no way to control it, which means I am not planning on retrieving it. Coming in very hot. We're coming in really fast, but we're slowing it down. I can hear the fireworks shows. Alright. Now we're just burning off our extra speed so that we can make a good landing, good soft landing. Now, the important thing is that I don't slow down too much, because then I'm just gonna do a hop sort of thing. I'm just gonna bounce off. Just gonna bounce off or slide. One of those two. Now, we just slow down a little and we have landed on the moon. Since this game isn't like KSP, we can't really do anything on the moon, so we're just gonna... Wait, hold on. Not sure what that is, but anyway, we're going to take off any moment now. Looks like the transfer window is gonna make us hit straight into the ground. So we gotta boost this sort of crash trajectory thing. I don't know how you call it if you're not in orbit, but we just gotta move this higher up so that we don't collide with the moon. And that should be good. So now you just have to turn and then we can go. And now we're heading back to Earth. I hope we do a water landing to try out that new water they have in 1.6. Lining up exactly, and looks like we're gonna go for a straight crash through. It looks like we actually are gonna have a water landing. Now let's separate that we're ready for the immense heat. Oh, looks like I didn't position it right, but it's all good. We're coming in hot, about 2,000 meters per second it looks like. There go the fireworks. Finally coming back down to Earth. And yep, it looks like we're doing a water landing alright. I think I didn't see it when it got to full. So I'm gonna do it manually this time so that we don't crash into the water.